Fortune and glory, kid. Fortune and glory.
I believe the word you're looking for is
Oh, bother. You wouldn't hit a guy with glasses on, would you? Huh?
Hi there. How you sleeping? Good? Gentlemen, listen up, y'all. Here's the new plan. You're gonna start a riot, and we're gonna walk out the front door.
Hey, man. I know guys on crack that makes more sense than you.
Really? Then let me put it to you this way, cuz. Yeah. I don't know how to be. No crib on MTV. God only knows. Got my mini-me in the GP. See how it goes. Evil's all that I see. You ask me my name? G to the Rizzo, E to the Bizzo, I to the Lizzo. I'm a crazy... You all knew that. Austin caught me in the first act. It's all backwards. What's with that? So I'll make a prophecy from the dogs to the mini-me. Give me an Escalade or two-way bling-bling on eBay. Domino. Yeah. Stick that in your pipe and smoke it. Uh-huh. It's for all my homies in Bruges. Cristal, my moto, a couple of bee hutches. Why not? I got a buster move, dropping buster groove, feeling fine. Got an evil crew, gold member crew, lick my 9. Till then I'll on my butt, brains out, put on call and splooge in your app, that's all. For shizzle my nizzle, y'all.
Who hired this crew? This is undoubtedly the seediest bunch of cutthroats, villains, and scoundrels I have ever seen, so who hired them?
The sound of the cannon.
attention! On the count of 3. 1.
So it begins.
10,000 years will give you such a crick in the neck.
Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice.
It's showtime.
Everybody comfortable?
Yeah.
Get your motherfucking ass up when I'm talking.
And here we go.
Welcome, mere victims, to another live stream. This is going to be more of like a chill stream, even though we will be covering some news that just came down. The main news is about old Jonathan Majors, who plays Kang in the MCU, getting arrested. I don't know if you heard this. This came across the desk today. This guy, I have never heard any reports of any wrongdoing before by him. Like, I was not even aware of him until Cthulhu Country. He played the main character in that, and I watched some of that. but it was a lot of race baiting, so it kind of turned me off. And he played He Who Remains, aka Kang, in Loki, and then he's played his other variants in other shows and movies. And now he's in Creed 3. So this guy's been getting all kinds of roles lately. And now this comes out, this woman accused him of hitting her, strangling her, and I don't have to worry about this not getting monetized because it's not monetized anyway. I'm not making money off of this. That's why I still show that Ice Cube clip, because if you put an F word at the beginning of a live stream, like, it's not going to get monetized. I don't have enough subscribers for that anyway. But yeah, let's get into this. I'm going to pull up it's Yahoo News. It's covered this. Other outlets covered it, but I was just going to cover on here. Jonathan Majors arrested for alleged assault in New York. Actor denies wrongdoing. Yeah, his rep said like he did nothing wrong. Jonathan Majors was arrested on Saturday in New York on domestic violence allegations after a dispute with a 30-year-old woman. According to a statement from the NYPD, the woman told officers that she was assaulted and was taken to the hospital with minor injuries to her head and neck. A representative for Majors denied the allegations. He has done nothing wrong, Majors' spokesperson said in a statement to Variety. We look forward to clearing his name and clearing this up. According to the police statement, the officers received a 911 call around 11:14 a.m. A preliminary investigation determined that a 33-year-old male was involved in a domestic dispute with a 30-year-old female, police said. The victim informed police she was assaulted. Officers placed the 33-year-old male into custody without incident. The victim sustained minor injuries to her head and neck and was removed to an area hospital in stable condition. The police statement listed several potential charges: strangulation, assault, and harassment. The actor recently starred in some... Yeah, okay, we know this crap. But that's all they put on this report. What I heard was... Okay, I don't know if this is just a rumor or if this is like actual info from the incident, that she found him texting some other girl and tried to snatch his phone from him, and that's when he hit her and strangled her. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's the rumor going around. But for obvious reasons, many people online now are saying, "Oh, we need to freaking recast this guy." Like, this is not good for the MCU. The MCU's been taking L after L lately, like Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania failing, and then just Disney's having all kinds of problems. They're laying off thousands of people, and then Victoria Alonso just got canned. She was the president of VFX, and one of the main producers on the Marvel movies. Just the quality of the Marvel movies and shows has gone down in recent years, ever since Endgame. And now, like, it's really starting to... The normie audience is waking up to it. So, yeah, no telling if any of this is true or not. She may be someone just fishing for clout. You get people like that, anytime you have someone with such a high status, they have people that want to latch on to them and try to get like whatever they can out of them, and that could be the case here. We saw Amber Heard, accuse Johnny Depp of abusing her when she was the one doing the abusing. So you never know who to believe. You gotta just follow the evidence, follow the just follow the facts. And don't take anything at face value, because you run the risk of putting someone innocent in jail. Then any normal person probably would still be in jail like for like a week. But yeah, celebrity status, they have privilege. It's not a race thing. It's just being rich, so they can get out like the same day. I also wanted to cover... Yeah, I didn't want to touch on that too much. Like, there's not much more to say because we don't have like a whole lot of details yet. But more details emerged on Victoria Alonso's firing. Yeah, it was for sure a firing. Like, it wasn't, she didn't leave of her own accord. The Disney just said, "Okay, bye." Let me show you this. Share. Yeah, she was fired, but I don't know why they put it in quotes. She was for sure fired. The number 3 head of Marvel has been let go, which has shocked the Disney and MCU community. Monday saw the big news that Victoria Alonso has parted ways with Marvel Studios. With it now learned, the longtime executive producer has been fired by Disney. Alonso joined the MCU back at its start in 2006 and worked her way up to where it's thought she was the number 3 at Marvel, but just behind Kevin Feige and Louis D'Esposito, becoming Marvel's president of physical production, post-production, VFX, and animation. Yeah, I don't know if you noticed, but the VFX and everything has declined in quality since she's taken over. Like, they're cutting corners every which way, and the VFX artists are actually complaining about the conditions. Like, they have very strict, very short schedules for a lot of these projects, and that's how come they're getting rushed out and they're not looking as great as they were before. However, that it all came to a crashing end last Friday with the news reported on Monday that she is no longer with Marvel Studios and no reason was given. Somebody needs to edit these articles. Like, what? Do they not have editors at these sites anymore? Variety now offers what possibly went down in an article with the SEO title, Marvel, Why Victoria Alonso Was Fired from Top Job. Victoria Alonso, you're fired. So I should say that in Donald Trump's voice. Victoria Alonso, you're fired. I don't know. That's not a very good Trump. Yes, according to the site, Victoria Alonso didn't leave on her own, quit, or was asked to leave. Victoria Alonso was fired by a consortium at Disney consisting of Disney Human Resources, Disney's legal department, and multiple executives, including Disney Entertainment co-chairman Alan Bergman, who Kevin Feige answers to. What about Feige? According to a source for the site, Kevin Feige felt mired in an impossible situation and ultimately did not intervene. Yeah, I don't know. He may have had something to do with it. He may have used her as a scapegoat to save his own ass. The article does spin things in favor of Alonso, as it said Alonso was blindsided, and Variety starts off the article by writing how Alonso recently appeared at the Oscars and was struck by the fact that there were 2 women photographers who she stopped and had pictures with, and that Alonso told them, "We've worked so hard to get here, and we're not going anywhere." Yeah, she's one of those raging SJWs. Like, anytime an opportunity comes up that she can, you know, that she can flout her like identity, which her whole identity seems to be wrapped up in being Argentinian and gay. It's like, is there anything else to your character at all? Like, that's the only thing you seem to focus on. The article also tries to make excuses that the tremendous pressure Marvel has been under to deliver content, not just to theaters but on Disney Plus, is to blame, and even that the pandemic. What the man? Yeah, like I said, they need editors. The pandemic is to blame, as the breakneck distribution schedule, a product of the pandemic, and the need to constantly feed Disney Plus was not of Alonso's making. Yeah, they've been churning out so much stuff so fast, people can't even keep up with it anymore. Like, the normies are even saying, like, this is too much. Like, one, I mentioned this before. One guy at work, he's like, Marvel's starting to piss me off. I was like, whoa. It's also emphasized that Alonso's job was to get all those projects through Marvel's gargantuan post-production process, but at least the article then goes into the problems with Alonso surrounding the VFX, as numerous VFX artists have come out and stated that she's a nightmare to work for. Yeah, I've been hearing that. However, the article also includes a source who says those comments about a senior exec feel a bit off. Look at this MODOK. That looks horrible. I saw that and I was like, I do not want to go see this. This looks stupid. Like, granted, the character in the comics doesn't look great, but it looks better than this. You should have had his eyes should have been bright white. I don't know. All they did was stretch the guy's face out. Looks dumb. Heads are rolling, and it's not MODOK. What's interesting is none of the trades have been blaming Alonso for the poor quality put out by Marvel since the release of Captain Marvel. not counting Infinity and War in game, as not just the visual effects have been bad, but also the content and story. But we do see mentioned in Variety's report. Simultaneously, she worked to become a brand on her own, a rare openly LGBTQ person and woman of color in a visible leadership role, known for her fiery passion and outspokenness over diversity and inclusion in Marvel storytelling. Yeah, she's the one. I don't know if you saw this clip. I played it on another live stream. Let me pull it up. I think I still have it right here. Yeah.
So you guys have a lot of toys to play with now in the future, including the X-Men, right?
Yes.
Could you, of course you can't tell me much, but can you give me a little hint of what the future is coming? Where is the future going and the excitement?
I don't know where the future is going. It's funny that people call it the X-Men. There's a lot of female superheroes in that X-Men group, so I think it's outdated. I don't know where it's going to go.
What kind of shit is that?
I'm always going to play that Chris Tucker clip after watching that, because that's how I feel about that. It's like, no, you just don't understand the source material at all. Like you just want to put your own stamp on everything. Like X-Men has always been diverse, and they've always been popular. Like you're just full of shit. But continuing. Victoria Alonso, here it is the Marvel Studios executive infamous and notorious for stating that the term X-Men is outdated simply because X-Men features the word men. And she also said, there's a lot that we have coming up that I think will be representative of the world of today. We're not going to nail representation in the first movie or the second movie or the third movie or the first show or second show, but we will do our best to consistently try to represent. The fact is, you don't fire someone if they are doing a good job or if things are going well. That is, unless Victoria Alonso is the fall person, like I suggested before. Just like we have been stating all along, Kevin Feige's approach to Phase 4 hasn't been any good, and then with Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania bombing at the box office and kicking off Phase 5 is when heads started to roll, and they ain't MODOK. Which it seems Disney CEO Bob Iger step in, who recently said Disney is taking a careful look at not only Marvel, but also Star Wars. Not only is she gone, but Kevin Feige has also lost his Star Wars gig. Yeah, I've heard that. A lot of people lost their Star Wars gig. Benioff and Weiss, Damon Lindelof walked away. I saw John Campea react to that. He finally woke up to what people have been saying for years, that Star Wars is on the decline, and it's because Kathleen Kennedy is still running the ship over there. It's like anyone else probably would have been fired years ago, but she must know where all the skeletons are buried or something, because she's still been able to keep her job. Oh well. That's the state of Star Wars right now. It's in the shitter. But this also leads into what I was going to talk about. Show you this. This Indiana Jones series. I did not even know they were planning one, but apparently they were, and it just got canceled. Big changes are happening at Lucasfilm as Disney is taking a careful look at its brands, also including Star Wars and Marvel. Okay, so what I've heard is they want to try to focus more on Star Wars, and that's why they're not doing this. Like, they want to, I guess, save the money to make Star Wars instead. But they've been churning out so much Star Wars. It's like, y'all need to pump the brakes for real, because these shows have not been good. Like, Mandalorian had its moments, but for the most part, the shows have not been good. People love Andor, but, like, who even watched it? Like, 5 people. Like, nobody gave a crap about that character. It's claimed the Indiana Jones series in development has been canceled at Disney Plus, which follows the cancellation of Willow after one season at Lucasfilm. The news comes from Jeff Snyder. I think that's the same guy. He used to be a collaborator with Collider back in the day. I'd watch AMC Movie Talk, which became Collider Movie Talk, and he'd appear on there sometimes. I think that's the same Jeff Snyder. He tweets to consider things a rumor for now. Rumor, the Ravenwood Indiana Jones series. Okay, so it's supposed to be a series about Ravenwood, Indiana Jones's mentor, whose daughter he fell in love with in the first movie. So this series at Lucasfilm is not moving forward. And furthermore, I've heard that Disney has told Lucasfilm to focus on Star Wars going forward. hence the cancellation of Willow. Yeah, Willow, which I heard was really bad. But yeah, this. What was it about? Details said the series would have been set within the world of the globetrotting archaeologist played by Harrison Ford, and Snyder previously revealed the series was supposed to be a prequel set before Raiders of the Lost Ark, focusing on the mentor to Indy, Abner Ravenwood, the father to Marion. Okay, so would this even have Indiana Jones in it? This would just be about Abner Ravenwood before he even meets Indiana Jones, or would he have met Indiana Jones in the series? I don't know. Regardless, it was canceled. Previous reports also stated Disney's also looking at a number of options to continue the Indiana Jones franchise, which could mean a series, films, other media, or a combination of some or all three. But with the spin off series getting the axe, that could now be on hold. Yeah, no shit. The news also comes prior to the release of Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny out June 30th, 2023. And we'll see how that does. Holy shit. Featuring the return of Harrison Ford, de-aged Harrison Ford, probably for a chunk of the movie, and also starring Phoebe Waller-Bridge, who people do not like. I'm gonna be real. People don't actually like this chick, who is speculated to become and go on as the new Indy. Wait a minute. Oh wait, I got something for you.
You serious?
You really think anyone wants to see Indiana Jones replaced? What are you, nuts? People didn't want to go out and see Solo because somebody else is playing Han Solo. Go like, come on. People wanted to see this character because it's the same guy playing him, Harrison Ford. Like nobody wants. You can make up your own archaeologist in another world. Something, just create a new character, but yeah, you're not going to replace Harrison Ford as Indiana Jones. Let's be real. People didn't like Crystal Skull because frigging Mutt, played by Shia LaBeouf, took up the hat at the end. Like he was about to put it on. People did not even like the suggestion that this guy would take his place because nobody wants to see that. They just want to see Indiana Jones. Like that's the title character. It's like just go make your own thing if you want to. Stop using existing IPs to make up your own freaking stories, and inject your stupid politics into everything. It's getting annoying. Regarding Willow, while it has been canceled at Disney Plus where the ratings and reviews are a disaster, creator Jonathan Kasdan did tweet that there is still the possibility for a season 2, but it seems unlikely. Yeah, Jonathan Kasdan, if you don't know, is the son of Lawrence Kasdan, who famously wrote The Empire Strikes Back. He's a very good writer. His son, however, does not seem to. The apples seem to fallen very far from the tree. With Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny out in only 3 months, also expect marketing and promotion for that movie to kick off. Yeah, we saw a trailer at the Super Bowl, and it's a lot of CGI and a lot of, old man doing impossible things through CGI. It's probably going to be bad. We'll see though. The rumor is that he time travels and his younger self dies, and then she takes his place. But this movie's gone through so much retooling that they could have changed the ending like 5 times over. Who knows what's going to happen in this movie? Disney CEO Bob Iger did just state Disney is taking a careful look at both Star Wars and Marvel. So, per what Snyder has to say above, it sounds like Iger and Disney want Lucasfilm to fix Star Wars, which hasn't seen a new movie released in 4 years, and not focus on other projects like the Indiana Jones Ravenwood series. Yeah, you have such a big team though at Lucasfilm that you could do both if you wanted to. Yeah. They're just cheapening out because they're losing money. These streaming platforms do not make money. That picture, oh my god. Disney making changes at Lucasfilm and Star Wars Marvel. Disney just canceled the Patty Jenkins Rogue Squadron movie. Oh god. Do they get into all the projects that have been canceled? There've been a ton of them. They announced shit and then canceled them like shortly after, like maybe a year or two after a lot of them. Due to all the problems at Marvel, which has seen Victoria Alonso fired, Kevin Feige has been removed from his planned Star Wars movie that was being written by his Marvel Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness writer Michael Waldron. Yeah, that's one of the writers from Rick and Morty. They seem to be plucking these Rick and Morty writers up a lot and putting them in these Marvel projects. Yeah, I don't know why. Similar to Star Wars, Disney is also slowing down things with Marvel. Damon Lindelof also recently exited his Star Wars movie at Lucasfilm, which is still moving forward, with writer Stephen Knight and director Sharmeen Obaid-Chinoy attached, with the announcement expected within the next couple of weeks at Celebration Europe. The Mandalorian is also said to be having problems of its own in terms of viewership, which is said to be drastically down from the past seasons. Celebration Europe is also expected to see promotions for the upcoming Star Wars series with Ahsoka, Skeleton Crew, and The Acolyte. Ahsoka, I think, is the only one out of those three that may be good, just because the character's cool, and Thrawn is supposed to be in it, so that'll be cool to see. But yeah, I'm not really excited for any of these. The Acolyte, that's going to be like lesbian Sith. Yeah. What's her name? Leslie Headland, to former Weinstein's, Harvey Weinstein's former personal assistant, if you may not know. Heads that show. Skeleton Crew, I still have no idea what that is about. It's probably like bounty hunters or something in space, which could be cool. But yeah, Star Wars just has died in my mind. Like, you already killed Han Solo, Luke, Leia. You yeah, destroyed their characters. Obi-Wan, Boba Fett. They'll probably go for Darth Vader next. And Yoda, the trifecta. R2. God, man. They made Lando pansexual for some reason. They made him fuck a robot. Come on. Yeah, this and then Indiana Jones, there's not much hope left for that. Like Crystal Skull, I think, well, it put a bad taste in everyone's mouth. You probably should have just left it at the first three movies. The third one ended perfectly with them running into the sunset, you know. It was good. Yeah, I have no idea about Jonathan Majors. I see your comment, Yazin. Uh, yeah, I didn't know anything about him, you know, except for some of the things he's been in, like Cthulhu Country. I thought he was pretty good in that. And then I just saw a little bit of Kang. Like, I didn't watch all the shows. I didn't watch all of Loki. I mostly watched other people's reviews on it. Uh, but he seems to be a good actor, though. Yeah, you just never know with Hollywood. The what's his name? That's the cannibal, reportedly a cannibal. Freaking Army Hammer. Like they're into some weird shit, and a lot of them are damaged, very damaged people, like into substance abuse and yeah. So yeah, like I said, you never know with them. Well, let's see. Did I have anything else? I may not have had anything else. Oh yeah, Ahmed Best. Have you seen? He appeared on Mandalorian. I saw the clip going around. I saw people talking about it. Ahmed Best gets his due finally in Star Wars. Like he actually appears as a canon character. They did just use the name that his character from the little game show that he did, the kids game show. Like they just used that character that he played there and put him into Order 66 scene. Which I thought was pretty cool. Some people were making fun of it, but I think that's pretty cool to give him his moments. You know, his little redemption arc. Because we love our redemption arcs, and it wasn't the fans that were always poking fun at. You know, the fans don't go after the actors. You know, as much as Hollywood likes to say that, the fans they trash the characters more than anything. Like if the character's bad, Then people call it out. Uh, I was a kid though when episode 1 came out, so I loved Jar Jar. Man, I always thought he was just funny. The humor got me because I don't take things too seriously, especially like fantasy. I love fantasy, but like I do not I do not mind if a character is just there for comic relief, because you need that sometimes. You need you need levity. You need tension breaking kind of characters, and Jar Jar was that for me. I like the way that Lucas utilized him later. Like he actually made him responsible for Palpatine's rise, which I thought was, oh Lord, man, I thought that was an interesting choice. Uh, but it shows you that you put the right people in the right positions, and they could make a terrible freaking choice, depending on you know how commonsensical they are or not, how intuitive they are or not. Yeah, poor Jar Jar, man. If you read the Aftermath novels, there's an interlude where they show Jar Jar on the streets of Naboo. He's now like uh, a clown. He's he's trying to get spare change from people. It's sad, man. Jar Jar's end is sad. I'm assuming he just died on the streets of Naboo after that. But that's all we got from him after the prequels was that little scene in the Aftermath. I think it was the second Aftermath novel. I can't remember. But yeah, the Aftermath novels was also where we got the first hint that Boba Fett survived the Sarlacc in Disney Star Wars canon. A lot of the Star Wars that came out of Disney, novel wise, I liked. Uh, Bloodline with Leia, that was a good one. Lost Stars. There are some good ones. Ahsoka, her novel was good. I'm trying to think. But there's a shit ton of the Legends novels that I loved. I'll one day I'll just go back and read a shit ton of them. That I was reading those all through high school. Yep. And the comics, man, I was collecting those Dark Horse comics because they were amazing. I still have a bunch of them. And then the trade paperbacks, I got those. Yeah. What's everybody reading right now, by the way? I'm curious. I'm reading the Johnny Dixon mysteries from back when I was in middle school. I read a few of them, but I never read the whole thing. There's like 12 of them. This guy's books are out of print, a lot of them. John Bellairs. Yeah, this guy was freaking great at writing mysteries, like young adult mysteries. And that's what mostly I was into when I was in middle school, like Nancy Drew and Hardy Boys and shit. And then later I got more into fantasy with Redwall and Lord of the Rings and Narnia. Yeah, good stuff. Oh, The Lost Years of Merlin, Landover. I don't remember when I discovered Landover. I just randomly come across the first one, and I thought, "Whoa, this looks interesting." Magic Kingdom for sale, sold. That's what the title was. I'm like, what? Yeah, the guy finds a Magic Kingdom for sale in the newspaper and decides to buy it. Like he's bored and he's rich, and he's like depressed, so he just decides to go through with it. And then it turns out he becomes the king of this Magic Kingdom. Yeah, it's great. It's a great series because it's self aware, like and it's humorous and but it's still epic. Like it feels like an epic fantasy because he's got to battle demons and whatnot. Like he can take on the form of an ancient power called the Paladin, and yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff in that shit. There's a witch trying to take over the land. There's a dragon. There's an evil wizard. Yeah, cool stuff. But yeah, that's about all I have for today. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe if you like the video. And yeah, let me look for something to end the stream on that won't get me like copyright struck. So many clips. Maleficent. Roll call. Oh yeah. One of my favorite movies.
Archimedes, have you seen that flying machine model?
I have nothing to do with your futuristic fiddle faddle, you know that.
What's that thing up there?
Hmm? Oh, yes, of course. Here we are.
You mean man will find one of those someday?
If man were meant to fly, he'd have been born with wings.
I am about to prove otherwise, Archimedes, if you care to watch. Here she goes.
No. Man will fly, all right. Just like a rock.
It would have worked if it weren't for this infernal beard.
Never.